Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. We're doing well on this 11 March 2025. You can see me smiling. You can also see the sunrise, which helps a lot. We're making a video today that I'm super happy that we're making. Usually, I'm talking about a video that I don't want to make. This is a video that I wanted to make for a while. For the people that follow the channel, you guys know that we haven't been doing well for a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? We've been having a lot of emotional problem and well, today I'm doing better. Now, this is not me saying I'm gonna be back, right? I don't think I'm gonna be back this. We're Monday today. I'll be back by Thursday or Friday, for sure. For sure. Just been doing better. Just been doing a lot better. I want to talk about why I'm doing better, of course. I'm gonna talk about the kind of the lesson, not necessarily the lesson, but my. I don't want to say conclusion, but I don't want to say diagnostic, my assessment is a good word of the situation. So first of all, even though we haven't been posting, we've been working. Not a lot of video filmed, a lot of video clip being posted. A lot of my old video that I haven't posted yet that I posted. Transferring the files from the gaming channel, from the main channel to the gaming channel, which is also important. I've been working really hard, and in moments like this, I've been having a blast with YouTube, watching different content creator, my thoughts, Outdoor Boys, GMN, Cobra Bite Size, watching what right now. It's been really great. I haven't had a good moment like that in a freaking long ass time. Today we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out for a walk, right? That's gonna be something that's beautiful. It's gonna be something that's gonna be fun. Um, so once again, it's a weird emotion. Why am I doing so much better than I was? I don't think there's an answer for that. I don't think there's an answer. I think time passes, but it's like, why are you doing better? There's so many things, but you don't know which one is the one that makes you feel better. For example, when I've been thinking about the situation a lot. Definitely does help. The fact that I've been having you guys. So I have a confession to make. I have a mea culpa to make. I haven't been answering comments, but I've been reading the comments and I've been reading my texts. The amount of people that have been there for me, the amount of comments, positive, say, "Hey, we're missing you." See, and I made a video about this morning, but I want to go deeper in the thought. Um, there's a lot, and please don't take this the wrong way, okay? Please, that's not. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to reprimand people. There have been time where I'm dealing with a little problem, a little bit of a problem. I'll talk about it on videos because it feels good to talk about it, and people will be like, "Oh, dude, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay." And there's not necessarily drama. There's not necessarily a crisis that's going on. So it's a little bit of an issue. And by the time I post it, and by the time people comment, I already moved on. So although I do appreciate the message, I do appreciate the positivity by a shit ton of time. It's not necessarily a problem that I'm facing currently, or it's not necessarily a big enough problem for me to be like, "Yo, por favor." I don't know if they help me in Spanish. But not right now. I needed you guys, and it's kind of funny because I'm saying that I needed you guys, but I didn't. Your, I know it's normal to be wanting to talk to people, to be needing to talk to people. I rarely feel like that. I made a video saying, "Yo, I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling depressed. I'm not gonna make content for now." And people were really receptive at that. When I made the video, it wasn't a cry for help. It wasn't a please, please, please. It was more so like, if you don't see content, this is why. But then you guys came in, and it was like, maybe I needed this. And by maybe, you see, that's the thing. I think that's beautiful what you guys did. It's not even if the person needed that. Is the fact that this is kindness. I swear to God, the amount of comments that I have, they're all positive. And what really touched me was I had a depression in October. I had a burnout more than depression, but burnout people don't understand what it is. So depression, and nobody asked me how I was doing. People say, "Hey, you're not making content. Hey, you're not live." People didn't give a shit about how well I was doing. You're not live. That's hurtful. I'm like, dude, I'm grateful that you want to see the content. I'm grateful that you want to see the live. I'm a fucking human being also. You know what I mean? So it's very hurtful. And then we had a case of right now where people are like, "Hey, take your time." And the most beautiful thing with that is the people that are writing me or commenting are people that are that I know, that I fucking appreciate. You know, it's not a stranger, and I'm not saying that if it wasn't a stranger, it would mean less. But those are people that I form bond with, I form friendship with. There's some emotion in there. You know, um, there's a lot of people that I never would have thought, not cared, but would have never thought that they would comment on something and be as supportive as they are. Not because, and it's such a weird thing because I had this mentality where I like to do things on my own. I like to be independent, right? That's a big thing for me. And to me, being dependent on someone is a bit weird. But then again, you guys made me feel so much better. You guys have been pushing me forward. And it's kind of crazy because I've been having a lot of problem lately with being Stefan, which is my real name, and being Ing Vendetta, right? And you guys have been pushing me to be, doesn't matter who you are, be okay. We like you regardless. It doesn't matter if your name is this or your name is that, you're you. And I still have an issue with them cohabiting, or there's cohabitation. But maybe it's not about cohabitation, it's just about, doesn't matter fucking who's who. Matter that we're okay, we're happy, right? Right? And then you think about a crazy person, right? You look at them and they're happy. Like, doesn't matter if they're crazy, they're happy. Um, Once again, you guys have been pushing me, and it's kind of funny because this would have been super appreciated regardless of the situation or not. I'm lucky to have the community that I have. See, we had a comment that really, really broke me down. We had a guy in the live about 2 weeks ago. This was an ex mod, somebody that I knew personally, and he wrote down the falling. You don't remember what he said? The fall or the downfall, yeah, of Ink. And it hurt my feelings because I'm like, dude, you're a fucking mud here. We're friends. Why are you saying that? And it hurt my feelings. And we used to talk a lot when I was streaming back in October. And yes, I have a smaller community right now. Okay, admittedly. However, you guys have been more supportive. You guys have been much more supportive in October, and I'm not complaining, but nobody fucking showed up. Right? And now people show up, and again, moments like October, you learn to rely on yourself. I can't rely on others, I'm gonna rely on myself. Right? And that's been beautiful. And it's nice to know that I have people like that. But it's even nicer that when shit hits the fan, you guys are here. And it's amazing because when you're at your lowest, look around you. That's the most important part. I had a person with whom, when she was depressed, she called me. I helped her out. I tried to help her out. And then and when I say there's a lot of people that I didn't even expect me to write a nice comments, some of those of you guys I love, but I haven't talked to in months. Go figure, you know? But I'm super happy because then again we're getting love. We're getting loved. And I've been grateful for that. I've been grateful for I'm not a perfect person, you know? I'm not a perfect person at all. I'm far from being a perfect person. But it's knowing that you guys showed up. Knowing that you guys showed up when you showed up means a lot to me. It means a shit ton to me. This is actually a really, really good moment. And again, I have this little bit of an issue because I don't want to be relying on you guys. I don't want to be like, oh, something's gonna happen. Am I gonna have people to protect me or to defend me? You know? And yeah. I don't know. And when I talk about October, nobody showed up. That's not true. People did show up. But people did show up when there was drama. See, in October, let's call it a nuclear bomb. Okay? I know that's some offensive to some people, but I'm not trying to be. When there was fallout, which is remnants of the atomic bomb, people were there. Then when we're trying to rebuild something, nobody showed up, you know? And I think easily rebuilding is a lot harder, you know? Now that I have you guys, and again, I sound like I'm kissing asses, but I'm not. just grateful. I'm just grateful for people that we forget how much it means to ask somebody, how are you? I get people in my DM saying, you want to talk about it? You know? I have my father who apologized yesterday. You know? And even then, it's not easy because I turn to junk food. I turn to junk food, and for that I'm not happy. But I needed a release, some sort, right? And you guys have been the answer all along. So with my father, you guys know the situation. I told you guys about this situation yesterday. I didn't post the video, but I did talk about it. And my father, it's not so much about him not forgiving me. It's not so much about him always having this resentment towards me. It's about knowing that he has this resentment, but still making the best of time, still being the best son I can be. You know, the bar may be high, but I can still try my best, right? And why you guys make me realize you guys love me if I'm making videos or if I'm not making videos, and that really touches me. You know, try to be the best person as you can. It doesn't. The most fun that I have, again, with the Ink and Stefan being completely different. Not completely different, but perceived differently. Yeah, that's the way. That's what the word I'm saying for. People don't know who I am, but they know Ink. You see, the problem is when you say that, people think that you play characters, even if you're yourself. You know, say, no, this is the characters. I don't know the guy, but you know the guy. You know. It doesn't matter who. Again, and I'm repeating myself, but it doesn't matter who you are. But you're trying your best to be the best person you can. Trying to be the best one I can. You know, trying to be the best content creator that I can, but also trying to be the best friend that I am. You know, I met some really good people here. I made some really good friends. Not all of it was a piece of cake. Not all of this was a cakewalk. You know, I talked with a friend yesterday, and he gave up on making content. And told me something that really, really hurt my feelings. He said, "Realize the dream for the both of us." And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna work as hard as possible, but we both had the same dream. You gave up on yours. Like, even if I accomplish my dream, you know, it's not the same thing as if you accomplish your dream. I wanted him to be successful. I wanted him to be able to pull it off. Right? 5% battery. 5% battery. Now, you're gonna see a less charming version of me. But I have no choice. 5% batteries. So, just to finish the video, I want to thank you guys a lot. I want to tell you guys that I'm doing a lot better, mostly because of the situation. The general situation has improved a lot. My mental health has improved a lot. The problem seemed to have that has subsided a little bit. Weirdly speaking, in a weird way, my father, although he was trying to be hurtful, talking about that was the first time that we talked about it. That's definitely something that's impressive because he doesn't talk about how he feels a lot. Which you saw today, I also have a problem with. I'm talking about games for hours. I'll talk to you about anything and everything for hours. I do not give two single fuck. But there's time where you have to be talking about more serious stuff below the surface, right? Seeing the forest and not necessarily the trees. That's tough, you know? With you guys being so supportive. And of course, it's a nice thing because, you know, I put in blood, sweat, and tears, you know that. And people will say, oh, how come you're not famous? How come you don't make money from it? And of course, this question is like a question I'm asking myself, you know? Not that I want to be famous, not that I want to be making money, but I'm putting a lot of effort. And, you know, there's materialistically, there's not a lot of rewards. However, I had a growth from it. All of the people that I came in to help me out, to leave a nice message, a positive message, just to say, hey, bro, I got your back. I met through this, you know? I don't have a lot of fears in life, right? But ending up alone is one of the fear that I have. You know? Keep on thinking about October. And in October, I push people away. It's like, no, I'm working. Can I talk to you? I'm working. Then you wonder, oh, bro, why is nobody there? No, because you push them all away. You know? The way the way those messages made me feel is unconditional love. I mentioned, oh, whether I film or not, I'm getting some support, some love. Those messages meant the world to me. Those DM meant the world to me. Talking about somebody that I was there for and they weren't there for you. And I'm not complaining about, oh, fuck that person, but I'm saying there's so many people that you don't really expect to be there, but they're here. And then you realize that maybe you've been giving attention, or maybe you've been giving your time or your sanity, your well-being for people that don't really deserve it, you know? But then at the same time, you realize that you're wrong, because you guys are proving day in day out that you're good people, and being a good people is helping people no matter what, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, no matter what they need. You help them, or you try to help them, right? When I so fucking stupid. I'm ashamed of that, but I was feeling down 3 days ago, and I was watching TikTok battle because the drama made me laugh. It was like, no matter how bad I am or how bad I feel, I'm in a better place than those people who were calling each other's asshole, saying the worst humanly possible thing, humiliating themselves for money online, you know. And then I went there, and such an emotional moment. I went there looking for drama, not my drama, thank God. And I came out of it with support, positivity, love, love, love. I call it support because to me it's such a weird thing. See, I was talking about also about Ink and Steph, right? Ink, the support would be likes, follow, comments, right? Because it's the more, I'm not gonna say business side of thing, but it's a more content creator, right? You know what? Okay, let's call it like that. And again, I'm not trying to be bragging, but let's call it the more artistic side of me, right? It's more the more artistic side of me, and Steph is more the human side of me, right? And you guys have shown that you're human, and I feel like I belong. There's something good. See, my father was my role model. So when he said that, it really broke me, because I was like, dude, that's the one guy I'm looking up to. Not because there's no. See, it's different. You're gonna be seeing people online. You're gonna be looking up to them, but you're gonna see people in reality, and not a lot of them. You know. And I feel like when I saw my father, I aspire to be that. I aspire to be a person that people can come to if they have problem. You know. I'm doing so much better. It's not 100% yet, but I'm doing so much better, and that's thanks to you guys. That's what I'm trying to say with this fucking video. It's a beautiful emotion. You know? Can I be honest with you guys? How honest can I be? How vulnerable can I be? I cried the day my father said that. I cried the day after. I cried it 3 days after that. I just woke up crying. And 3 days ago, when I saw the message, the comments, I cried again. There was happy tears. it was amazing. There's a syndrome of imposter. Do I deserve it? You know, it's such a, that's life. There's some good thing that happened to you. There's some bad thing that happened to you. Karma is real. If you're a good person, you'll meet good people. You know? I'm very emotional. You know, it's really nice when you see those messages in those comments, because you tell yourself that those people are nice enough to, you know, those people are nice enough to be there. I I hate to say it. It kills me to say it. But I needed you guys more than I thought I did. And you guys showed up. Now, to me, that's the most amazing thing that you guys could have done. And I know I make a bunch of video, and I know I make a bunch of, I say a bunch of things that don't make sense. And I know that most of what I do is not the most interesting thing, and I know that I could definitely be more supportive towards other. But the one video where I actually said, I meant, she said, I think, again, I'm not sure. I think there's a part of me. I think there's a small part of me. Like, no, stop it, Ink. I think there's a big part of me that posted video said, this isn't the cry for help, but this is me letting my guard down and say, hey, I need you guys. Of course, I wasn't saying that, but I felt it. You know, there's some really weird occasion in your life. That's a real thing. That's not an online thing. There's some really weird occasion in your life, really weird occasion where you needed something, and the universe just provided it. And again, I feel bad because, of course, when I know the person, when I know the good person, when I recognize the person, when there's a personal friend of mine that shows up to be there for me, of course it means the world. It means a lot more than a stranger, because the stranger is like, you have this flawed preconceived notion of you wouldn't understand, right? But then with people that shows up, you're like, yeah, you would understand. See, I figured out what I was trying to say. When I saw those comments and those message, my first thought, I fucking broke down. I cried. I was happy. And then doubt came in. I was doubtful. Do I deserve this? You know? I could be a nicer person. I could be a nicer person. And then this really weird emotion came over me. This really weird thought. This really weird concept came over me. There's something that you deserve, there's something that you don't deserve. It doesn't matter, you have to be the best version of yourself. And I call this love, I call this support, but with appreciation. To me, appreciation is so much more important than love. I love my close friends. I love my family, right? But there's time that people, there's it happened a while ago, but there's a neighbor that I have. She's a super kind woman. She lives on the first floor. I live on the fourth. She saw a package for me at the door. She brought it up. And by some miracle, I was coming home, so I saw her. I said, oh, thank you. She had no problem. And then she turned around and said, hey, this is not the first time that you bring me a package, right? She's like, no. She says, no. I said, did you bring a package for everybody in the building? She said, yes. It's like, wow, what a nice person, right? And then and I feel bad about what I'm going to say. I'm not trying to be, again, it's my raw emotion. I'm not trying to be a dick. And then I saw her a month later, and she was bringing a couch, a whole ass couch, to. It's such a human moment. It's such a human moment. She was bringing a couch down, alone. The couch was heavy. We were 5 in the elevator, 5 people. Nobody gave a fuck. So I helped her out, you know? Because she helped me out. Now that's the truth. If she didn't help me out, I don't think I would have helped her out. Which sucks from me. It sucks to say that. But that's the truth. So I helped her out and she said, thank you so much. I said, don't worry about it. You do so much for everybody else. And then a month later, she's waiting for somebody. I think she's waiting for her son from school. I don't know where she's from. I think she's maybe Congo, maybe Haiti. She has a bundle, and then the bottle, her baby. And she presented to me that baby. As if it was important to her, for me to meet him. That's when I learned the value of appreciation. We're a stranger. I think she's really cool. I think she's really nice. I like her a lot. I don't love her. I don't think she loves me either. But there's a genuine mutual appreciation of thank you for being yourself, you know? A week ago, I was going to reach 600 followers on YouTube. Yeah. And I asked for 2 people. One of them said, hurry up and give me the YouTube. That way I get the 600 spot. So she felt like this was her rightful spot. There's another person that said, I feel honored. You know? And of course, that made me feel so special, you know? Or I remember that was a while ago. That was a long time ago. There was 2 girls that I talked to because I'm not a player. I'm trying to be a player, right? There's 2 girls that have this birthday the same day. One of them, I say happy birthday. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. She posted a story. So this means the world to me. And the other one, she left me unseen. And then 3 days ago, you know, 3 days after, she said, hey, thank you. I'm like, okay. See, there's people that are genuinely, and that's where I wanted to go with the video. That's when I wanted to go. It took me a fucking long time, but where I wanted to go with the video was simple. Those 2 occasions made me realize how those 3 occasions with the woman in my building, how nice it was to feel appreciated. And I think that's where I'm going with. It's fun to see the people that have wrote me, hey, it's okay. Because I know those people. And again, they're nice. And to have this confirmation of a mutual appreciation. It's a blessing. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. This is never going to be appreciated. A lot of people that are not going to appreciate you back. Just have to check out something. Yeah, you got to pick up my phone. I don't know. You're gonna meet a lot of people today that you appreciate and they don't. It's not clear they appreciate you back, you know? Yeah, yeah, just a fucking blessing that this mutual appreciation. Even my dad, even if I know that he's gonna be mad at me for the rest of his life, or at least resenting, or at least thinking about the wrong I've did. There's still an appreciation when I try to do something good, you know? It's not perfect, but it's positive. And that means more to me than. I think that's what I was trying to say with my mom too. My mom, I fucking love her. But this love, no matter what, no matter how much bad things you do, this love, which is at time very appreciated, I'll be honest. At time I'm like, I don't deserve this love. You wanna work for things in life. You wanna earn things. You wanna deserve things, yes. So when I saw the message in the comments, I'm like, and even the thing, the first thought that I had was, do I deserve this? You know. And then when I saw that it kept on going on. 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 Like, wow, that's incredible. Anyway, I'm in my feelings right now. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm feeling better. I'm not gonna be back for right away. I'm not gonna be back right away because I don't want to rush my return. I think it's a mistake I do a lot. I do a lot that mistake. I do. I rush into things. I dive in way too often, and ultimately, it's not a big deal. But there's a feeling of, why are you rushing things? There's no need to rush things. You know, take the time that you need. And again, from a strictly artistic view, from strictly the ink vendetta view, when you make content, there's a horrible thing that happened, and you're gonna see a lot of people talk about it. Markiplier did a video about it. PewDiePie did a video about it. You feel like you have this obligation to people. Oh, if I don't post, they'll forget me. If I don't post, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna take my place. And you feel trapped. And this is my dream job, but it's also the most fun I've had since I was born. I am not a fighter. You guys know that, right? Not a fighter. I gave up on a lot of things. I used to play checkers. I gave up on the chess, sorry. Gave up on that. I used to swim, gave up on that. I used to go to baseball camp, I gave up on that. I used to do karate, gave up on that. I used to be an an LMM, a multi-level marketing, which was not good. I gave up on that. I used to I gave up on so many things. Which cool. I did the less possible. With job, I made sure that I was doing enough. I was working long enough to get the unemployment. This is the product that I've been doing for the most time. I'm gonna be reaching for 4 years. I'm not stopping. I don't know the most beautiful thing. And again, I'm gonna sound like an asshole because the most beautiful thing is you guys, but I couldn't stop making content. And it felt like an addiction, which it possibly is. It also felt like, why not allow myself to do something I enjoy doing? You know? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll be back maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Today's Monday. Yeah. I've been feeling this need for a job lately. And again, I'm gonna be looking for work as soon as the snow melts. I'm gonna be really working towards getting a more stable job, because right now we're on calls, so don't work a lot. And I was really craving a job, and I think part of that's because I didn't think I'd belong on social media. And I'm not playing victim. I know I said I was gonna be it, but you know, The simple goal that I do is to make the world a better place. The simple goal that I have is to be a role model for some of you guys. To to leave sounds stupid, but that's the truth. To leave the world a better place than I to leave the world a better place than when I came in. When I die, I want to be able to say the world's a better place than when I came in the world, right? That's a pretty big trial. That's a pretty big feat to say. Um, yeah. So when my role model told me, he will never forgive me, I'm like, what's the point, right? What's the point in even trying anymore with anyone? When I saw you guys, support, love, appreciation, so I'm gonna fight for them. But right now we're switching that. We're switching it. It's not because I don't love you guys, but this fighting for people has to become fighting for myself. Fighting to become the best version I can. Because that's when I'll be able to help people. I said it once, I said it twice. Broken people don't fix broken people. Right? So let's fix this shit up. I love you guys. Now this is for real. Peace.